Hey mamas, welcome to another episode of Mental Health and All Things Mommy. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves today, whether that means getting a few moments to sip your coffee or tea hot for once, or sneaking in a quick nap, finding time for your skincare routine, or simply taking a deep breath amidst the chaos. So before we dive into today's topic, let's have a little check-in. I know postpartum life can feel like a roller coaster sometimes, right? You've got the joy, the exhaustion, and then all those unsolicited opinions flying your way about what you should or shouldn't be doing. Trust me, you're not alone in this. So we're going to bust down some of those postpartum myths that get thrown around because we don't need any more pressure than we already have, right? So let's clear up the misconceptions so we can all move forward with confidence. If you're multitasking while listening, like feeding your baby or folding that never-ending laundry pile, know that I see you and you're doing an amazing job. Yes, I'm talking to you. You are doing an amazing job. Don't forget that. So let's get into it. So misconception 1. You can exercise right away. Some of us get asked, when are you going to start working out again? As if we're not already exhausted, or as if we can start working out as the baby is born. Guys, your health comes first. So the fact is, healthcare providers recommend waiting at least 6 to 8 weeks before starting any vigorous activity. Give yourself permission to ease into movement and embrace rest. Because let's be real, you deserve it. Misconception 2. Your vagina will permanently lose its grip. I know the fear is real. Some of us have heard jokes or comments about how childbirth changes our bodies forever. Talk truth. Who is even thinking about sex right after vaginal birth with sores and stitches? Well, surely I wasn't. The truth is, the grip of the vagina has a lot to do with the muscles. While things feel different at first, with time healing and little help from Kegel exercises, your body will go bounce back, man. Pelvic floor therapy can also be a game changer if needed. Misconception 3. You can get back to sex before 6 weeks. Yes, some people might think you can jump right back into intimacy, but mamas, your healing comes first. Fact. Most doctors suggest waiting at least 6 weeks to limit infections and to give your body the chance to properly heal. But honestly, the timeline varies for everyone. Taking more than 6 weeks can actually be beneficial too. Go at your own pace and make sure your partner is on the same page about it too. Misconception number 4. You can't get pregnant in the first 6 weeks. Guys, breastfeeding might delay ovulation, but here's the thing. It's not a birth control. The fact, pregnancy is still possible before your first postpartum period. So if more babies aren't in your immediate plan, speak with your healthcare provider about contraceptive options that suits you and your partner. Misconception 5. Postpartum depression only happens right after birth. Many people assume if you're not struggling within the first few weeks, you're in the clear. The truth is, postpartum depression doesn't always show up immediately after giving birth to your baby. So you have to pay attention, guys. According to Cleveland Health Research, postpartum depression is a type of depression that happens after having a baby. It affects up to 15% of people. People with postpartum depression experience emotional highs and lows, frequent crying, fatigue, guilt, anxiety, and may have trouble caring for their baby. In fact, baby blues is what generally shows up right after birth, but postpartum depression continues after 2 weeks of birth, with possibility of symptoms being more severely pronounced. So, postpartum depression can show up months later. That's why it's important to check in with yourself regularly and reach out if you need a support system, guys, whether it's a counselor, friend, or a trusted family member. Misconception 6. You can only develop high blood pressure during your pregnancy. This is definitely what I thought. I thought that in pregnancy, you'd know if you're having a high blood pressure episode and then you have to pay attention. I didn't know high blood pressure could show up after pregnancy and be called postpartum hypertension. That was a thing I had to experience for myself, and thank God I was able to notice it and speak to my doctors about it. It was really scary. And the truth is, you can develop high blood pressure during pregnancy or even preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure and protein in urine, a great hazard to mother and child, or eclampsia, which is high blood pressure with seizures, a rare form of high blood pressure. So high blood pressure can show up in the 4th trimester, the postpartum period after delivering baby, termed as postpartum high blood pressure, or even preeclampsia can show up here also. So guys, let's be on the lookout for ourselves and others. Misconception 7. C-section is the easy way out. There is an unfortunate stigma. We spoke about this in our previous episode about C-sections as being easier than vaginal birth, but in reality, it's major surgery that requires extensive recovery. Here we go again, guys. Please go listen to my last podcast where I gave C-section mamas their flowers. Girl, there's no doubt. You're a star. That's absolutely nothing easy that you would have gone through with a C-section. So the fact is, it's a major surgery that takes time and care to recover from. However, your baby arrived, whether naturally or surgically, your journey is valid and you deserve to be celebrated. I have to say it again. Misconception number 8. Once bleeding stops, you're fully recovered. It's easy to think everything is back to normal once the bleeding ends, but full recovery goes beyond that. The fact, emotional, mental, and physical healing takes time. Be gentle with yourself, ask for support, say yes to help, and know that there is no set timeline for feeling like yourself again. Misconception number 9. We're winding down, guys. Breastfeeding comes naturally to every mother. While breastfeeding is beautiful, it's not always easy for everyone, and the first time always hits hard. Each time you go back is like you're starting again. But the first baby, as compared to the second baby, everybody is different. It might give you tips for the second, and some people might have it harder on the second and not so hard on the first. It depends. Some mothers may struggle with latching issues, pain, or milk supply challenges, and that's normal. So the fact is, breastfeeding is a learned skill for both mother and baby. Lactation consultants can offer valuable support, and formula feeding is a valid option if breastfeeding isn't possible or preferred. Don't feel bullied, guys, and don't feel like you're left out. You're still doing an amazing job. So, as I said, we were winding down, and just as you see it, that's a wrap on today's episode, mamas. I hope you found some reassurance and clarity in today's conversation. If you have experienced any postpartum myths or misconceptions or have questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And remember, there is no right way to recover or be a mom. Every journey is unique and deserves your respect. Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Proverbs 11 verse 14, the King James Version. So remember, guys, this is the community where there is no judgment, but only an atmosphere for love, learning, and affirmation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend who might need to hear it today. So guess what? See you next time. Bye.